Hey y'all, I just got back from Transformers Dark of the Moon. Sorry. And having a bit of lunch too. Put that back a bit. Making good on my promise, I used that 3D ticket, got in. And then I saw the movie. Now, I'm gonna have to address a little thing. It's a bit sad. Ironhide gets killed. Yep. I'm sorry, people, but he does. And like I've said before, does Michael Bay own a Recon Ironhide? I love this toy. This is probably my favorite Transformer discovered in my adult years. Very well sculpted. Comes with a lot of weapons. Yeah, look at that. Got a rifle. Ain't that cool? So yeah, I'm a little bummed that he got killed, especially after Jazz died in the first movie and I had Ironhide to rely on. But I will say this. First of all, my whole review is not crippled on his death. I'm actually used to seeing Transformers die. In fact, there's a few toys. Way over there we got Dinobot from Beast Wars. There's a Masterpiece Grimlock. Over there we got Starscream from the movie, and G1 Ironhide, and there's see that silver car there near the Crypt Keeper. There's Jazz. I have the worst luck with Transformers because practically all of my favorites get it in the end. The only one who has not died in any media or stayed dead is Grimlock. Unfortunately, he's not in this movie. And making things worse, Silverbolt isn't in the movie. I'm serious, he's not in the movie despite early confirmation, and I'm so PO'd at that, especially considering that was one of the first pieces of information we had on this movie, that James Avery was going to voice Silverbolt, and that would have probably made up. Silverbolt's awesome. I will say this to fans, if you like the character, you probably will get upset because they actually do kill him in a pretty dramatic way. Sentinel just kind of pulls his cannon and goes, and then Ironhide's there, Sentinel delivers another blast, and you actually see his body, he turn rusty and then turn into sand and his head falls off, so it's actually a pretty sad death. But there is good hope. At least before he died, they gave him a good battle. Oh, he and Sideswipe went up against the Dreads, and he actually killed 2 of them. So Ironhide finally gets to kill Decepticons with names, even though they're not actually named in the movie. But he does get to kill a couple of Decepticons right before he dies. And Sideswipe's pretty cool, too. Sideswipe survives. Hey, Sideswipe's awesome. And pretty much once you get into the final battle, when you look at the other Elite, you'll know he's missing, but it shouldn't bother you that much. I mean, the movie runs along fine without Ironhide, so it's sad to see him go, but, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, here, let me check how much time I have real quick. Now that was only 3 minutes. Sorry. Hey. I'm gonna say this. I liked it more than the second one, but not as much as the first one. For those of you who know my channel, you know that I do Transformers abridged spoofs on these movies. And in fact, right after this review, I'm going to start writing the script to the third one. I want to do it now while the movie's fresh in my head. I do criticize the movies and do say they are inferior to G1, which they are, but I don't hate them. Heck, I own both of them. I actually did like the first one quite a bit. The second one, the special effects were pretty nice. Starscream and Megatron scenes were cool. And actually, the final battle in that one was better too, even if you had no clue who was winning. So anyway, this movie, I liked its story, and it had some fairly good action, but it was severely lacking. We have a few new Decepticons and Autobots. Unfortunately, they're not that good. We have Mirage, who's called Dino in the movie, and he's okay, except you don't get to see him do much. I was looking forward to Mirage. I looked at some of those gameplays online of the game, and he has a cloaking device, and he's got these samurai swords. Oh, he looks cool. And he does talk with an Italian accent, which is a bit funky, but still cool. And then we have Wheeljack, who horribly raped. He looks like Professor Einstein, and he does nothing in this movie. Literally nothing. All you pretty much see is him talking like, "Oh, howdy, boo," and he gives Ironhide a weapon. But he does die, actually. That was a big change from the books. The book and the graphic novel implied that it was Mirage who died, by Soundwave's hand. In reality, in this movie, it was Wheeljack. And I didn't feel so bad. I mean, Wheeljack gets killed, and I'm like, good riddance. But they do actually try to make the deaths dramatic with sad music and everything. Now, of course, I can't do this review without talking about Megan Fox's replacement. First of all, I'm with Film Brain. I don't care for Megan Fox. I think in real life she's a pretty cool person. But in the movies, she just does nothing. She's so artificial. Well, they replaced her with a blonde who was playing Carly, which is actually relevant to the story, because Carly was the girl from the original Generation 1 show. But, yeah, she's only slightly better than Megan Fox, as in, she actually does play some role in the story, but for the most part, alright, the first scene you get is a pantsless scene where she shows her legs, and she talks with this weird Russian accent. And then, like, she gets on Sam as though they did it last night. And it's just, ugh. And then, of course, we have Shockwave, who I swear to God is a huge disappointment. Yeah, this figure looks pretty cool, but you know what? Shockwave is only in 2 scenes, and he barely talks. And most of his talks are just... I expected to see something like, "Megatron, logic indicates you are not right for this mission. I shall lead." We get none of that. He's just there as being a menacing force, and that's it. So the rest of the movie. The first part of the movie is complete shit. Just complete and utter shit. It's the exact same problems you have with Revenge of the Fallen. Bay said that he would try to tone down the dorky humor. Good job! Good job! I really see a difference. We, of course, have racial stereotyping. We have this Asian who's a Decepticon spy. We have some dorky humor in there where he's in the toilet stall with Sam. Yeah, you can, of course, figure out where the joke is in that. A number of people act immature. Same mistakes. You have changed practically nothing, Bay. And we have Laserbeak, and I swear to God, I don't understand Laserbeak. First of all, Laserbeak talks, believe it or not. He sounds like that Griffin from Quest for Camelot. And he can change into anything. And I mean anything. He turns into a small pink version of Bumblebee. He turns into a TV monitor. He turns into a fax machine. And I'm thinking, how can he do all of this? He's so small. He does not have enough parts to change into all of these things. And even if he could, how does he actually transform into them and make them functional? He doesn't have enough parts. Bay, you're really stretching the transformation here. So, we got that. There's, of course, Optimus. And I have to tell you, I do not find Optimus Prime likable in any of these movies. So why do I have the toy? Because he's one of my favorite characters to voice in Transformers Abridged, and besides, this is a really awesome toy, very cool toy. I mean, in both of these movies, Optimus Prime is a complete moron! His plan in the first movie is to put the spark in his chest, killing himself and leaving off a pissed-off Decepticon army and a leaderless group of Autobots. Second one, he only wins this because of dumb luck. Well, here he's a bit more badass, and here he at least realizes he's wrong with Sentinel Prime. And there is a scene, oh yeah, we're getting into some spoilers here. At the end, he fights Sentinel Prime. And this is actually a pretty epic battle. Oh, seeing the two Primes fight each other. And Megatron comes in and helps him. And then he's like, "We should form a truce." He goes, "After all, what would you do without me?" And Prime is like, "Nick, I'll have to find out." And then he just kills Megatron, and then he kills Sentinel. So, it's badass. But I'm thinking, why would he do that? I mean, first of all, Megatron's offering to help you, man. Yeah, and he's offering to give you some help, and you just kill him? And not only that, knowing Optimus Prime, the real Optimus Prime, he'd probably accept Megatron's help and say, "Because of your deeds today, I will let you go. But if you ever come near this planet again, I will tear you limb from limb." So, I don't get that. It's like now you guys go from trying to make him stupid to just making him an artificial badass. It doesn't work either way. So anyway, I get into my main criticism about the movie. This movie over-exaggerates the humans' role again. Now, the other movies have done that too. This one in particular. This one had a lot of the humans, but at least the Transformers played somewhat of a role. Oh, here they do too, but at least in this one, when the Transformers fought, they had an equal amount of time to fight. We had Ironhide and Ratchet doing their thing. And we had Optimus doing his thing. We had Bumblebee doing his thing. In this one, Bumblebee and Optimus get some screen time for fighting, and the other Transformers just are there in the background. But for the most part, the big epic battle is just the military doing stunt work. Like, I don't care! I want to see what these Transformers can do! I don't care about the humans doing stunt work! And, again, that's the other thing. The humans are built up in this, and Bay, if you want us to like the humans, make them likable. The Transformers feel pushed off to the side here. And again, even the epic battle. Yeah, run quick. 13 minutes. Okay, sorry, I just keep checking this. It's all the humans doing stunt work. Mirage, Sideswipe, they're all working in the background. And then we also come to the Decepticons' role, which is where I consider a complete mess. You have the big group of Decepticons here. You got the group. You got Megatron. You got Soundwave. You got Shockwave. You got Starscream. The group we loved as kids. And I thought, you know, we could do a lot with that. Oh yeah, and Barricade also makes a cameo appearance at the end and dies, so plotline wrapped up there. But I thought, you know, with less Decepticons and them being the ones we loved as a kid, we could actually get much more development out of them and actually see them do some good stuff. No! In fact, the Decepticons just sort of come in and out. Near the end, we get a whole bunch of Decepticon armies attacking the Earth, and that's our big build-up there. They transport a huge army of Decepticons in, and to blow up the Earth, or screw things over. But they're all just prototypes. They're nobody you really recognize. Megatron and Starscream and Soundwave, they just sort of jump in and out of the movie with very little contributing. And then at the end of the movie, Megatron's just sitting down there after being betrayed by Sentinel, like a drunk, like an alcohol addict, and going, "Cybertron, it's safe." And then Carly convinces him to go fight. And and Carly convinces him to go fight with Optimus. He gets off his ass and does it. Starscream shows up. Starscream pretty much is just there as being his little sleazy guy. Then he shows up to the battle, and he's practically like the first big Decepticon to die in the final battle. And he gets killed by Sam, which is actually kind of cool. He like sticks this bomb in his eye. Hey, and Starscream's jumping around like, I can't see. And then he just blows up. Soundwave is there taking prisoners, and Bumblebee kills him. But again, they don't get very much development. Shockwave shows up at the beginning and then the end, and everybody's like, he's a big bad guy. Humans gang up on him, shoot him up, and then Optimus comes along and just beats the living crap out of him. So this is pretty much how... So essentially, the way Bay does this as the final movie is, Decepticons come, you just blow the shit out of them. And like I said, the final battle is okay, but it's not cool. It's not that awesome. We have some cool scenes with Optimus, but they're not. Oh, and one more thing. The twins aren't in this movie. Wheelie is, and I actually did kind of like them. They were a bit better this time. Hey, when I mean them, I mean Wheelie and his new sidekick, Brains. They're kind of cool, actually. They're kind of funny. And they're also kind of badass. They're not as stupid as they were last time. What else? Oh, yes, and I have to say this. Bay only stopped at the gate for Transformers. One more. This is my last check, swear to God. 16. Okay. I feel like this whole trilogy was good, but Bay just stopped at the gate. Nate, we only have, like, Transformers that change from vehicle to robot. We had... Oh, now I know we had Ravage, who was kind of a mechanical machine. And we, of course, had Laserbeak, who uses magic to transform into anything. But I kind of felt like Bay should have gone further. Give us the Aerial Bots. Give us the Dinobots. Give us Triple Changers. Give us more Constructicons. Yo, I feel like he just went to the gate and just stopped there. We could have used more. We could have gone into a much more expanded universe of these Transformer movies. What we have now is decent, although the humans are just utterly annoying, and it's, of course, packed with Bay's shitty, racist, and immature humor. Overall, I say this movie was decent, but I still prefer the first one versus this one. I'll still buy it. I've got to buy it. I mean, we want to make this a bridge spoof. We'll need to record the footage. And I can't just rent it. That would pretty much be stealing. But like I said, this movie was decent, had some good action, but not really all that good. But, it's like I always say, even if the movie sucks, the toys will always be awesome. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna get to work on writing that script.